Hello, an Avengers Doomsday teaser leaked, and I have therapy in like 20 minutes, but I do have things that I want to say about it as quickly as possible. Starting with the fact that if you have seen a teaser for Avengers Doomsday, it's more than likely you've seen the one that was made by AI, or at the very least recreated by prompting AI. This is sort of a complicated situation. So like a day or two ago, what appears to be an actual like handheld video footage of Avengers Doomsday, a teaser for it, was leaked online featuring, I guess spoilers here, Steve Rogers' return. I've scoured the internet, I have found that trailer and downloaded it to my computer, but obviously I can't show it to you because if it is real, I'm gonna get copyright struck, and that's not going to be fun for me. I have a child on the way I'm trying to support. I mean, that's part of the reason why I'm even making like a trending topic video in the middle of December when AdSense is at its best. Predictably, though, the quality of this trailer is terrible. It's like 9 pixels stretched across the entire screen. You can barely make out what's going on. But a couple hours later, a new version of this trailer has started to circulate that's at least a little bit higher quality than the original handheld footage that we got. And it's almost certainly made with AI. And the idea behind this AI-generated trailer is to try and recreate in higher quality the actual leaked one, but it gets so many small details wrong that I think it's funny, and I kind of want to critique it a little bit while also talking about Avengers Doomsday and why are they even bringing back Steve Rogers, and that's sort of a creatively bankrupt idea. I mean, the whole premise of Doomsday seems like a creatively bankrupt idea from a creatively bankrupt studio. But I'm sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place right now, because obviously I can't show you what appears to be the real trailer, as I've already explained. But on the other hand, I also don't want to showcase AI slop on my channel by showing you an AI-generated trailer. I don't like generative AI. I think I've made that pretty clear. Plus, I still might get copyright struck regardless just for even talking about this topic and showing anything, so I don't know. I am going to be a little risky. I am going to show the AI trailer, not the real one. I'm going to critique it and make fun of it, okay? Just so we're all on the same page. Because clearly the person who prompted it didn't quite understand what they were looking at or couldn't quite get the right details. And there are just some funny things in there. So let's go ahead. Here it is right here. Let me get my headphones on so that I can hear it as well. And as we watch this, I also have the, quote unquote real one in another window off to the side that I'm not going to show, so I can sort of compare and contrast with you here and sort of explain what I'm seeing. Let's go for it. So this is a funny detail. The helmet in the actual one, I don't think has goggles. It's so hard to tell. Again, it's like a handful of pixels maximum, but I don't think it has goggles. I do think it has like a couple stripes or something, but it doesn't have these goggles on the helmet, which I do think is kind of funny. It's just a funny little detail. The house is totally different in the actual trailer, but that's okay. Small details here and there. There's one big one that I sort of want to... Okay, this is the main thing I wanted to talk about. So in the actual trailer, again, allegedly actual trailer, Steve does pick up a costume from somewhere, but again, it's so hard to tell. I'm going to include this exact screenshot, and you will not be able to tell me what is happening in this. You won't be able to. That's how bad quality it is, all right? But he's picking up the Captain America costume from somewhere. It is not this clear vantage point. Like, it is absolutely not. We still don't even see that it's, like, clearly Chris Evans, like we see right here. It is all extreme close-ups. We don't quite understand where he's picking it up from. Again, mostly just because of the quality of the handheld footage. So this person from the AI prompt says, we're going to pick it up from a drawer like it's just a piece of, like it's a shirt that he wears, like, every day. Picks it up. This is where the costume is stored, clearly. Cut to the next shot of him putting it away in a trunk, in a chest. Why? So in the actual trailer, it's presumed that the place he's pulling it out of, he's putting it back into, and there is a lid sort of over it. But again, it's so hard to tell, and it's not as clear as this. I don't know what I'm looking at. Again, the quality is terrible in the original. In fact, in the trailer, in the real trailer, again, quote unquote real, in the allegedly real trailer, you don't even see the thing he's putting a box, the box he's putting a lid over. It's a disconnected box, so it's not on a hinge like these. It's a disconnected lid, so it's not on a hinge. You don't even see that the costume is in this box. This could be a totally separate thing where, again, like, everything in this AI generated thing is like so clear. I saw the comment on Reddit, and I totally agree with this, that even just the cinematography, quote unquote, if you can even call it that, if it's generated by an AI, it just looks like it's shot like a car commercial. Like, it is just like trying to tap into like a warm nostalgia vibe. But then we get this shot, right? Sorry to pause on it for people who haven't seen this and you're like, whoa, but yes. So now Chris Evans holding a little babe in his arms, being happy. And it simply says, Steve Rogers will return in Avengers Doomsday. And I'll give them a little bit of credit here. That's close to this. There is like that sort of sweeping shot from behind the back with the rag over in front of a window. So there is that element of it up into the actual final, like, this is the time. It's only when you get to like here that you actually see it's Chris Evans in the actual trailer. Whereas they sort of reveal it much quicker here. And again, in like previous shots where you can definitely see, I mean, obviously it's Chris Evans. He's holding the Captain America costume and everything. But like they save the face reveal until like right about here in the actual trailer. Everything else is like extremely focused on the baby. And it's a much more tight angle. That's the other thing I would say. It's a much more tight angle for this shot. And the trailer does not have this close-up face shot. That's about it. One thing I do want to say about this whole like Steve Rogers having a baby thing is like, that's awesome. Good for him. I'm having a child soon. Support me on Patreon. But I was showing this to my wife, Emily, and she said, I wonder if I can pull up her exact phrasing because it was so astute, and I totally agree. I showed her both trailers, and she said, the actual trailer does not compel me to see Steve back in action. He has a baby, and he clearly looks happy. Why is he needed? And I'm gonna agree with that. Look at this man. He's got a baby. He looks happy. Leave him be. Leave him alone. And this sort of gets into my bigger critique of this trailer. And of course, bringing back Robert Downey Jr. to be Victor Von Doom. This whole thing just screams to me like everything since Avengers Endgame has been a waste of time. Has been a waste of everyone's time, not just the audience, but the actors who I'm sure were promised to be the new faces of the MCU as these big actors have retired their roles. Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, they put an end to these characters. And even though Robert Downey Jr. is coming back in a new role, like, it's clear that they're like scared of losing the cultural cachet, the cultural power that they had, and they have lost it. So they're doing all sorts of like Hail Marys to try and tap into nostalgia for something not even 10 years old. I mean, again, you look at this, and even though it's not exact to the actual trailer, it looks like, oh, we're putting the uniform back on. Oh, it's been 20, 30 years. We're finally going to do it. Look at him. He's back. It's like he was just here. Let the man die. Let the characters rest. All of these other actors, the new Avengers, fucking Sam Wilson as the new Captain America even, all of these different characters that they've been trying to elevate throughout the MCU in Phase 4, it's just been a waste of everyone's time. If all they're going to do is continue to bring back the big names and the big actors and the big characters, then what's the point anymore? Wasn't it fun back in the day, back in the early MCU, when you had characters who have never had movies before finally get movies. Remember how like no one knew who Iron Man was, and then suddenly everyone knows who Iron Man is? Remember how no one knew anything about Guardians of the Galaxy, and now your mom knows who Groot is? The last like review of a Marvel movie I did was, I believe, Thunderbolts. And that was the first Marvel movie in years that got me to actually go see it in theaters because I liked the characters, and or at the very least, I wanted to see them be more fleshed out. And I don't know, it's just so frustrating to see this as the current state of Marvel. And not that I care too much about like Disney or anything like that, but like as a comic book fan, as a superhero fan, as a Marvel fan growing up, this is just, it's so sad. It's just sad. I was talking with my friend Phil, aka Tulok, who's been on my channel a couple times, and he was saying that he thinks this is going to be the most expensive flop in history. I'm curious to know what you guys think about that in the comments, because I have a feeling that it's not going to be a flop, at least commercially. I think it is going to be the worst rated Avengers film. I'll say that. For what it's worth. I think it's not going to be rated very well. I think it's going to be bad. I think it's just going to be a bad film. But I do think it's going to make a lot of money. I don't think it's going to be like a commercial flop. I think it'll be a critical flop, for sure. But I think it is going to make a lot of money because of stuff like this. Because of they're going to tap into your, hey, remember him? He's going to put on the costume. He's going to leave his baby behind. Don't you want to go to a theater and see a very happy, retired superhero leave his wife and child behind for one more fight? We promise it's one more fight this time. We're not going to bring him back. It's just one more fight this time. I don't know. I'm late to therapy. I have to go. Sorry for slop videos, but like I said, I have baby now. Or not now, but I will have baby soon. I just mean to say thank you for watching the video. And thank you for giving me your time. And I promise not to waste it like Disney is. Bye.